We are?
We're recording.
Hello everyone, this is Joe.
And I'm Nate.
And this is Foosball Focus, your source for foosball news, statistical analysis, highlights, and everything foosball.
Make sure to like and subscribe to be automatically entered to this month's giveaway. We will be giving away something at the end of every month to one of our subscribers.
It could be a dinosaur. It could be $1 million.
Oh god, that would be nice.
Or it might just be something else. Either way, it's going to be free, guys, so make sure you subscribe to be entered in for that giveaway. Okay guys, in this week's episode we will be covering the major upcoming national events, statistical analysis on our match of the week, and reviewing our local tournament results.
There's a lot of good tournaments coming up in the next couple of months. First off, on February 12th in Baltimore, Maryland, we have Maryland State. On February 20th in Lincoln, Nebraska, we have Foosmania. And on March 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada, we have the Hall of Fame Classic.
Oh man, that will be a good one. Hall of Fame's got to be one of the best tournaments of the year in my opinion.
We have included links to all three of the flyers for those tournaments in the description of this video, so if you're interested in any of those, make sure to check those out.
Alright guys, and this week's Wednesday tournament was an open DYP, where every player was randomly assigned a partner to play with for the night. So if you're one of those guys who loves to play foosball but don't always have someone to play with, this is the perfect tournament for you.
Sadly, neither Joe nor I made this week's final match, but we do have 4 other very talented foosball players to review this week. This match was the final match of the night, where Chris and Nate battled it out against Shove and David for first place. Let's take a look.
Wait, Nate, wait. Wait, before we dig into the analysis, here is a link to the unedited video of our match of the week. So if you would just rather watch the match in full, or if you want to watch the match in full and see the analysis, be sure to click the link in the description below, guys. Alright, there you see the guys warming up on the table, getting ready to start this one. Let's meet the players and see who's involved in this final. We have on the right side of the table, Jason Shovlain and David Dropinski. Shove, as he likes to be called, has been playing for around about 10 years. His primary position is usually forward, although he can play goalie pretty well. And his primary shot is the snake shot. He is a master at that snake shot. Playing in goal for him is David Dropinski, who is actually new to the scene. He's only been playing less than a year, I would say. And his primary position at this point is goalie, although he does play some forward with his friends. And his primary shot is a snake shot when he does get up there. Chris Havel on the left side of the table playing the forward position. He's been playing for about 8 years. His primary shot is a snake or a pull, who knows, I don't think even he can make up his mind these days, but both shots are very good. And his goalie is the young kid, Nate Wismer. Nate has also just been playing for less than a year, an outstanding talent it looks like he's going to be. His primary position at this point, it's unknown, although he can play some great forward and goalie. And his primary shot is a pull shot. Alright, as you see them starting to play here, Nate, tell me what happened in this match.
Well, the first game was a little bit of a blowout, unfortunately, for Shove and David. However, they did make a really good effort in the second game. Unfortunately, the first loss put them in a really difficult place to recover from. Chris's aggressive 5-bar and Nate's solid defense were major components that helped secure this victory.
Exactly. You can see here when we bring up the Game 1 stats for the forwards that Chris shot 75% and passed at 100%. I mean, those stats are just going to get it done. Shove, on the other hand, 50% passing was not bad, but 0 from 4 on his 3-bar. That's some great defending from Nate there. You can see as well as we bring up the goalies' pie charts here that David didn't even touch the ball in the first game. That's how much of a blowout it was. Nate chimed in with a point from the back and it led to a very comfortable victory in Game 1. Game 2, however, was a different story. As we bring up the stats for the forwards, you can see Chris passed at 41% instead of 100% and shot at 13% instead of 75%. Now that's great credit to David for making the adjustments as a goalie, and he ended up blocking him pretty well in that second game. Shove, on the other hand, kind of just had a nightmare all round, to be honest. 33% passing and 25% shooting and a lot of possessions. Unfortunately, he just wasn't able to score many points. I mean, Nate just put on a great defensive show. That's what it came down to. I think the key stat in Game 2 was actually the miscellaneous points. Chris has such an aggressive style. You can see here when we bring up the team stats for both Chris and Nate and Shove and David, you can see that Chris generated an extra 3 points that were not from his 3-row. That was 1 slop, one 5-bar shot and one 5-bar defensive play where he swatted back one of Shov's passes into his own goal. Shov and David, on the other hand, they didn't make any extra points, so all of their points had to come from Shov's 3-row. And as we saw from the numbers, Nate was blocking Shov very well. So I think that was the key stat which won them the second game and ultimately led to this comfortable victory.
Alright, so there you have it. Congrats to Chris and Nate for taking first place this week and winning this match 5-0 and 5-3 for a 2-0 victory. Don't forget that next week we have the start of the season's point race. This season's point race is going to be about 3 months long.
And remember, each player, no matter how you place in the tournament, gets 5 points for participation. First, second and third get additional points. And it's simple, guys. Whoever accumulates the most points by the end of the season gets the season's accumulated prize money and, most importantly, Nate, the bragging rights.
That's right, and money is going to be awarded to first, second, and third place. There's also going to be a grand finale tournament to cap off the season, and anyone who has made at least 35 points by the end of the season is going to be eligible to play in that grand finale tournament.
Now, next week's point race tournament is going to be a BYP, so that means you need to line up a partner ahead of time to play with.
And that tournament's going to be down at 12th Street Pub, Lincoln, Nebraska, on Wednesday, February 4th at about 7 o'clock.
Please make sure to click on the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and I have a question for you guys. We talked about how good Nate defended the snake shot in this match. Where would you have shot on his defense? Did you see any holes? And did anything else stand out in your mind from the match? Please, we do appreciate the comments and feedback. Everything is welcome.
Alright. Now I'm going to go lube my rods and wash my balls.